I met up with Larry Zinkin in Monterey, California, a day before Concorso Italiano, where he was about to show his 250 PF Coupe that he had restored himself.
Really tell me about the car,
Okay.
So you said that the previous owner owned it for how many years?
He bought it in 1975,
Uh-huh.
and he sold it to a dealer
Uh-huh.
in New York who you know.
Okay.
And
A well-known dealer
a
of
well-known
yeah.
dealer.
Yeah.
And this was in 2012, I think.
Okay.
And that's when I saw it advertised, and we made a deal,
Uh-huh.
and I had it shipped out. I never saw it. I saw dozens of photographs,
Uh-huh.
and that's how I bought it. I was satisfied. It was a very complete original car that needed a restoration.
What color was it then? It was blue as well?
It was actually red at that time,
Okay.
because the previous owner, even though he didn't put any miles on the car to speak of, he said it ran shortly after he got it in 1975, but then he proceeded to take the car apart,
Okay.
or at least the body
Right.
and interior was taken apart. He had a body shop painted red because this was in 1990, and
Right, everybody
that's what he
wanted
did
a red car.
in 1990.
Yeah.
So when I got the car, the glass was out,
Uh-huh.
the interior was out. He
Right.
had the interior recovered in the leather that you see here,
Right.
but it was never assembled, and the body was never put back together. It was just painted, and they never did the chrome and put
Right.
the pieces back on the car. So I stripped the car. We stripped the car of the red paint.
Mm-hmm.
Refined the body, painted it the original blue Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
had it color matched to an original piece of the car,
Mm-hmm.
and had the chrome redone,
Mm-hmm.
reinstalled the leather, rebuilt the engine.
And you guys rebuilt the engine.
Yeah,
Great.
I did that.
Great.
Actually, I did it twice, and I'm still not sure I'm
What-
done with it.
What happened?
Piston ring problem.
Oh.
The pistons were done with modern skinny rings.
Okay.
And they don't, my experience is that's not the right thing.
What pistons did you
They're
use?
they're GE forged
Right.
pistons, but the rings are really skinny. I can't remember
Yeah.
the size, 1.1 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And ideally, I would have gone with the original width rings.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I've driven it quite a bit on our back roads. I'm close to Napa,
Mhm.
and we have some really good roads right outside my house. So
Cool.
I've taken it on the back roads. It handles well. It's got very good performance,
Mhm.
and I
And
keep
it has
up.
the lever shocks.
Lever shocks.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Great.
they work fine.
Yeah. So show me. Let's go inside.
sure.
Show me what you got inside.
Okay. Well, this is the passenger side. of
Yeah,
course.
definitely. Yeah, looks great. And you guys did the leather too?
The leather had been done, but
Oh, this is
nothing
the
was
previous.
assembled.
Oh, okay. So the previous owner had some of the leather done, but it just needed to be put in.
And this is the carpeting he chose.
Mhm.
Everything. He was a color and art guy, really an artist,
Mm-hmm.
interior designer. He knew his colors. Now the colors are, for the most part, very original. The exterior is color matched.
Mm-hmm.
It is exactly what it was when new.
Right.
The interior is a slightly different shade. The carpets, I believe, are exactly correct.
Right. And you even got the felt rubber.
Yeah, all the rubber
That's
is
all
new.
of that. Yeah, but that's the correct one because even if people restore them, they sometimes put the wrong gaskets in.
Yeah, well, I went to Chicognani
Yep, yep.
for the rubber.
But what's funny with suppliers is they'll sell you whatever you order. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like if you don't know what you're ordering, you
Yeah.
can get a door gasket for another car.
Well,
And,
that's true. Yeah.
because I see that a lot. People just order a door gasket and they don't specify which one it is.
You have to be careful
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. So it definitely is.
The trunk stands up slightly because the gasket is
yeah,
stiff.
yeah, and it has to be compressed. That takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's take a look at the engine. Looks good. So you're taking it to the Concorso tomorrow?
Concorso tomorrow.
Yeah, that's great.
We didn't really build it so much to show,
Mm-hmm.
but I want it as correct
Sure.
and original as possible.
Definitely.
I wanted it to be showable, but I know I'm not going to win because I'm up against nut and bolt professional shops. This is
Maybe,
not
but
a
I
nut
mean,
and
I
bolt
still
car.
think that if you get, I think you have a pretty good chance of doing well, just simply because if you get the details right, it's not. I think sometimes, you know, professional shops, they're obviously, they do it, you know, for the client, and they try to get it all right. But you know, if you're an amateur and you know what's right and wrong anyway, what's the difference?
I pretty much know what's right and wrong.
Right.
Now there are some things that I know are wrong on this car, and I haven't taken care of them.
Right. Right.
But that's,
yeah,
I don't know.
and that's up to,
laziness.
well, it's up to, it's your car, you do whatever you want. But I
Yeah.
also feel like sometimes, you know, you could go right up against the professionals if you just know. It's just knowledge. It's just knowledge, you know.
I could.
But also there's costs. It's like there's certain things that, as you know, you just say, look, I'm not going to go and replate that, or I'm not going to take that off and redo it just because I want to get half a point.
Right.
It's like
exactly.
It's a point game, right?
It's time and money, and at some point you say, I want to drive the car.
Sure. No, it looks great.
We could have kept going on this car, but enough.
Yeah.
I want to drive it.
Yeah. No, it looks good.
Correct wheels.
Yeah.
A lot of guys switch.
Yeah. Oh, so these are not the metrics, luckily. You have the regular.
They are. These are the 400s.
Oh, really? So the story on these 400s is that the metric for, I don't know, they still do it with the TRX wheels. Michelin does it with TRX, but if you guys don't know what the whole deal with this is, that even back in the 60s, for, you know, they got into making metric wheels. Now this, I guess, is Pirelli did it too, but Michelin is what we steal with TRX wheels. But they're 400 millimeters, so they're slightly bigger or smaller. I forget.
It's like a 15 and 3/4 inch.
Yeah, so it's 15 inches in diameters. You know, everybody does inch diameter wheels, but they went to a 400 millimeter, which is just slightly large. So you can't put a 15-inch tire on this wheel. You have to get a 400 millimeter tire. Well, they made these wheels, and then all of a sudden the tire manufacturers, because it was done in the 60s, they stopped making them. So if you had these wheels, you didn't have tires for them until they came back out in reproduction. So what I've done actually on a PF Coupe was that we just changed the wheels into 15-inch. The hubs and everything are the same, but what we did was we just bought wheels, a whole wheel and tire package, a 15-inch, then we can buy standard wheels. Now technically at a car show, a Concours, they want to see how the car was originally come, and if it came with 400, so it really was a dilemma, because it's okay, the catch-22 is, okay, I have 400 millimeter wheels, I need to put them on there, can't get the tires. So what do I do? Do I lose the point? You know, what do the judges do? So now what Larry's done is he's gone the extra step, and he's restored the 400s, and then the tires are now available. He snapped a pair, or set up, put them on the car, so he has that one little detail. But so those little details, like we were talking about, is whether or not you want to go through the expense and the energy of doing it, because
and some of it is the luck. Is that tire available today when you need it?
Well, Larry, good luck with the car. It looks fantastic. I think you should get extra points for doing it yourself, because you know, I always look at it like this. It's like, yeah, somebody could, you know, write checks and do this, but you know, not everybody does the work themselves. So I would, if I were judging this car, I would look at it and, you know, not be as critical about things that I'd see that, you know, okay, it would have been different if it wasn't done in your barn or if it was done here. But the thing is, the fact that you did do it, I think, gets extra points for doing it, as opposed to someone saying, oh, well, it would have been better if you had me do it or whatever. I think we need to celebrate people who actually do this on their own. So,
well, as you know, there's somebody not too far from where I live who has spent years on a Lusso, and the car is show worthy now.
Right.
I actually haven't even seen it completely done.
Right.
And he can compete.
Sure.
He's
But we,
done
there's a
12
sneaky
years of work.
suspicion that I think that he enjoys working on it more than he's going to show it. So he may just continue finding something else to make better and better. It's just so that he continues to work on the car. But that's a whole other story, which one day we'll talk about.
That's
but
right.
for this one, you know, congratulations on seeing the car. I think it's great to see it in person.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, and good luck. So thanks for showing me the car.
So here's Larry's car at Concorso Italiano 2022, where he ended up winning a gold award for his efforts on his restoration. Congratulations, Larry. Well deserved.